Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I have like 5 lands in it. Welcome back to the Scry Network. My name is Wired, here to talk to you guys about the MTG meta. This week, I'm not going to spend too much time on that though, as the new set is coming out the 17th. Should be amped for that. But before we do start on the new set, I do want to cover a little bit. We have about, today being Monday, 3 days, 2 days? I'm going to say 2 days before the meta switch is over. So if you want to grind up right now, it's still kind of looking like that mono red storm coming through. Next 2 decks following up, at least in platinum range, are going to be Golgari mid range, as well as some form of control, whether it be Jeskai or Grixis. Personal list that I have found to use, I have been running an Esper deck, as you can see now on the screen. Decklist has got me very far. Basically got some stuff to deal with the early game, stuff like fungal infection and revitalize to kind of tear apart the early mono red white weenie strategy. And then obviously the surveil disinformation campaign package, that way making sure that you can survive in those control matchups. Having a lot of fun with it itself, and because the fact that you get to run Nezahal, guys, right? Like, who doesn't want to play Nezahal? But if you do want to wait for that meta to shift before play games, totally understand. I'd recommend going on that day, because you're only going to run into 3 decks. It's going to be new cards that everyone wants to play, people playing cards that are already being played, like, just the same decks over and over again, or mono red. Moving on, what I wanted to cover with you guys today was some cards that we here at Team RNG are excited for. Had everyone pick their favorite card from the upcoming set, so that way I can kind of go over them with you, see what we're excited for, show you guys what could be fun, and if you want to pick it up yourselves or show us how you guys would be playing any better, definitely understand that. First one, I'm just going to bring up Ulysses card. It's going to be Rhythm of the Wild. This is for 1 red and green. It's enchantment. Creatures, spells you control can't be countered. Playing a lot around a lot of control-based synergies. That way, you play this on 3. It might weaken your curve right then and there, but your 4-drop is going to be is not going to get countered whatsoever. They would need some form like baffling end into syncopate for 1. Like, this card coming down on 3 is definitely something that a control player is going to freak out about. Plus the fact that it gives non-token creatures riot. You gotta understand, this mechanic's going to be stupid. I'm gonna get slammed by this card as the resident control player. Like, this card's gonna hit me in the face. Giving everything haste while I have a handful of board wipes still hits me in the face before I can board wipe. More on that later, by the way. Next coming up is going to be V Gamer's favorite card from the set, Theater of Horrors. 1 black-red for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. During your turn, if your opponent lost life this turn, you may play cards exiled with Theater of Horrors. And then for 3 in a red, it deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. So, guys, this is letting you have another hand in the middle of your game. More hands, considering how many of these that you can play. So it's very powerful. If you do something, even a small bit of damage, but like you shock the opponent, you now have access to a second hand that you can start playing cards from, giving you a card advantage engine that black-red doesn't typically get. And plus, look at that art. It's dope. This card's awesome. I love the design of it. But yeah, V Gamer's pick for this season, I can't blame them. This card looks incredibly powerful and incredibly fun to craft around. Next, we're going to go over to Lord Loomis with Electro Dominance. X red for an instant. Electro Dominance deals X damage to any target. You may cast a card with CMC X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. You want Banefire? Here's Banefire, but it brings a partner with it. So it's not kill Banefire, but it's like free Banefire, which you can't complain about. Powerful card, powerful effect, can be countered, which is definitely a reason that you want to play Banefire over this card. But as for, just tempoing out onto your opponent, this is very powerful. Gets you free damage, free removal spell on top of the creature that you are now playing this turn. So that's Lord Luna's pick. And as for my pick, this one was kind of hard. For those of you who watch streams or any stuff that I'm on, you know that I am uber hyped for more tools for Esper Control. This one coming out isn't one of those tools, because I kind of want to shift it away and kind of try to find a card that I think could be real fun in this set. So what I ended up picking, I picked Taste of Karlov, excuse me for butchering that name. 2 white black for a legendary creature, human advisor, 2/4. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time, and creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. Typically, I'm not on the token game plan, not something I'm huge on, though Afterlife coming out and this set being a huge mechanic definitely seems like a lot of fun. Plus the ability of things triggering twice when they die. I feel like there's a lot of potential to play around that, whether with cards like Midnight Reaper being the biggest one that I thought about. Stuff like that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to, even like basic common stuff. Doom Descender, bringing 2 zombies that will get filled with vigilance and lifelink. I feel like there's a lot of play around with this card. A lot of deck crafting that could be fun, if not just in Esper, in multiple other aspects, whether it be Black-White Knights or let's go with like a Mardu token-based theme. A lot of fun cards. I'm excited for this card. Obviously, if you've been paying attention to this set, we have a 4-mana Wrath coming out for Black-White. We've got a 2-mana Counterspell. Like, a lot of fun Esper control cards. But as for my pick for what I think is going to be fun and powerful, I think Taste is going to be a lot of fun to go in that route. As I said before, that set comes out on the 17th. We definitely will be live on Twitch that day, opening packs, playing new decks, seeing what we can theory craft in the beginning before the meta kind of solves itself. Typically, only takes about a week for the online meta to solve itself when the GP hits, and then we get a pretty clear standard format for a while as soon as we hit the Pro Tour next month. Other than that, that's currently what this episode's going to be. Just a quick update so you guys understand what's coming up. Obviously, any of the drafting formats for the next week are going to be for the new set with Ravnica Allegiance. Give that hype. So make sure you check our stuff out. We've got videos currently, like I said, 4 videos a week, so you guys can see what's happening there, as well as any future news will be done on my channel on Mondays, current uptime for those, so get excited for those. Thank you for tuning in with me today. I hope you guys are excited for the upcoming set, and I hope you all draw bombs in your pre-release packs. I will see you guys next week, and thank you for tuning into the Scry Network.